had to get it a different way. I had to switch on my day to day. I came from the bench, I'm making plays. If niggas still sitting and throwing shit, I had to get it a different way. I had to switch on my day to day. I came from the bench, I'm making.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mar, not Mo, Bamba, and I'm back here with another one. Today I'm giving you guys the build video that I promised you. I'm still working on that graduation slideshow that I told you guys about, and I'll have that out like maybe early next week. With that being said, I'm here to show you guys how to make my demigod secondary ball handler. I'm going to show you guys how to make them exactly like how I did, so you can dominate the park, the rec, and any other mode that you want to dominate with this player. If you want to see the jump shot that I used for this build, I got it from a popular YouTuber, and I'm going to leave a link to that video down in the description so that you guys can check that out from him and see, since it's his jump shot. I'll be dropping a jump shot video soon with my own personal jump shot that I use for other builds. So to start things off, we're obviously going to make him a power forward, and I always make my players right-handed because lefties are those toxic tryhards who hide behind screens and trash talk like they're actually good at the game. The jersey number really doesn't matter. We'll just go with 50 and move on. There are two different ways that you can make this build, but in this video I'm only going to show you guys how I specifically made them. So we're going to scroll down to the pure playmaking pie chart and choose that one. The physicals is where things really start to matter. Most people choose the pure speed or speed and vertical pie chart with the yellow pie chart. What we're going to do is different. We're going to choose the even pie chart and go down to that one. To get started with our physicals, we're going to skip the close shot and put our driving layup up to a 72. Then we're going to put our driving dunk all the way up, and that'll be it for the finishing. And stay with me. Next, we're going to max out all of our shooting, so we'll end up with 14 shooting badges. I know the stats aren't too impressive, but we're not quite done yet. Next, we're going to max out our ball handle and post moves. Now, I know if you can't cook a big man with 23 playmaking badges, just go back to Fortnite. We're going to max out our interior defense. Then, we're going to put our perimeter defense to a 56. You're going to max out your lateral quickness. Your steal goes to a 46, and everything else just gets maxed out after that. Now, what I realized is that I came up one short on defense, so what I forgot to say is take your post moves down to 86, and you add that to your defensive rebounding, and there you have it. You have 11 defensive badges. You'll have 1, 14, 23, and 11. The body type I chose is defined. Another one that would be a good option would be burly, but we're going to still stay defined. Next, you're going to take your height down to 6'7". You're going to see how these stats start to change. Another option would have been 6'8", but you don't get the pro dribble moves until you reach 97. And on top of that, for me personally, 6'8" is too effective on your shooting. Therefore, I feel like it's better to just stick with 6'7" and leave it there. Here's what's the absolute biggest difference between my build and others. We're going to max his weight out. This improves his strength drastically. And honestly, he doesn't sacrifice too much speed, given that he's a power forward. He's still faster than most power forwards in his base form. Not to mention the +4 he gets when he reaches 99, and the other +4 he gets from the Gym Rat badge, or if you're below a Superstar 2, for finishing his first NBA season. His wingspan I chose was 82. 81 is also very viable and improves his shooting that much more. For me, I still wanted him to be a big body in the paint, so 82 allowed him to have a decent enough rebounding and still, get a good shooting boost on top of that. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys chose 81 instead, but never go as low as an 80. You're going to be a T-Rex in there. You're never going to get blocks or rebounds. It's too short. For the takeover, I chose Shark Tape on my first build, but you guys can choose absolutely any one of these. I think I'm going to remake this build and make him even cheesier and more toxic. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to go with post-haste. As you can see from the comparisons, this is actually a pretty good build. So next I'm going to show you guys kind of the badge setup, what I usually run. We're going to get it to 99 overall, of course. For finishing, you can choose contact finisher, you can choose pro touch, or you can choose consistent finisher. I tend to switch between the three of them, so it's really just up to whatever you want to do. As far as shooting badges, it is absolutely essential that you have gold catch and shoot, gold range extender, and gold hot zone hunter. Since I'm more of an off-ball player, I choose to use silver corner specialist, but you can go with gold deadeye like me, flexible release, green machine. There are plenty of different combos, plenty of different ways you can play with this build. If you want to use the build as like a primary ball handler, you can use your own badge combo. You get 14 of them. So I play a lot of threes in rec. So for my playmaking, I start off with Hall of Fame downhill. I also use Hall of Fame handles for days and Hall of Fame quick first step. Those are like my untouchables. I tend to use Hall of Fame dimer and Hall of Fame floor general together for my teammates. You can go gold unpluggable. I usually go bronze. You can do things like flashy passer, lob city passer, needle threader. Of course, you know, people like Titan handle, space creator, bailout. I don't really use those badges, but there are so many different combinations that you can use with this playmaking build. Defensively now, it's absolutely essential that you use silver box, gold clamps, and gold post move lockdown. These badges are the key to unlocking the versatility of this build. Now, anything else you want to use is up for debate. You can use chase down, you can use intimidator, interceptor, you can even go rebound chaser, heart crusher, rim protector, anything that you want. As long as you have those three set up, you can even go gold box. You can go with lightning reflexes, anything. Just do not change those first three, because those are the key to you being able to stop anyone. Now, that's all for the build. I'm going to show you guys exactly how these stats look now at 99 overall, and then I'm going to get you guys out of here. Alright, so here we are in the park, and as you guys can see, my secondary ball handler is at 99 overall. And if I ever deserved a like, I deserve one in this video, because I have been absolutely on my grind. Now let's get into these physicals. As you guys can see, his speed is at an 85, his acceleration is an 83, and his strength is still an 85. Not to mention that he has an 82 overall vertical. Have you ever seen a build with these physicals in any 2K outside of Next Gen's broken system? Because of course, you know, there you can make everything at 99. This build is an absolute monster. And now I'm going to give you guys a strategy to be extra toxic, since you can see his post moves are already at a 90. His post fades are at a 75. What I tend to do with this build is I run it with a center or a stretch 4, since like I've said previously, this build can guard guards, and this will work. You switch your shooting badges and you put on Hall of Fame deep fades. If you want to be extra toxic, you can also put on steady shooter, just so you can make extra contested shots. Then you go to your playmaking and you put on Hall of Fame post spin technician. This is going to give you a build that no non-bigs and most actual bigs cannot actually stop. If you're with a good stretch too, that really helps, because the big man cannot help, and you have someone on an island. Of course, if you run into one of those sweaty teams, they have a lock at the 2, it's going to give you a little difficulty, but you're still going to frustrate everyone. You're going to be perfectly toxic. And that's all I got for you guys today. You know, this build is amazing. Try it out. Leave me a comment. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your bad nephew, show your son, show me some love, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Step in my shine, I needed to grow and I ain't even know. You on the low, really frustrated cause knew that you niggas can fuck with the flow. Play any beat, it's the goal, let's get to the dough. I know that I seen this before, not even in the streets where we pull.